Hey, how's it going, everybody? Doing good, doing good. We'll go ahead and answer some questions here in a minute about the upcoming matchup against Canton, but I do want to get this out there real quick. Um, we learned last night that uh, co-owner of the Mexico City Aztecs and Hall of Fame quarterback Matt Wilson passed away. Um, we want to offer our deepest condolences to his family, to Mike Daggs and his family, and to the entire SFL community. Um, Matt not only was a co-owner and a Hall of Fame quarterback, but he was also a Hall of Fame broadcaster. Um, him and Mike Daggs were one of the best duos in the entire SFL when it comes to broadcasting, and Matt has some famous calls. Um, if you go back into the archives, you'll really be able to find some great calls there by Matt Wilson. So it's a tragic loss for the community, and we wanted to be able to recognize that. So rest in peace, number 12, forever. So, okay. Let's go ahead and get into some questions. Yeah, the loss stings, obviously. When you look at a team like London, I think I think we matched up pretty decently against them. We had a good shot, but the good news is that we were able to take some great takeaways from that. We were able to have some lessons learned, and we went back and applied those during practice this week, applied them to the game plan, and I think we've done a pretty good job of coming out on top with this and learning from it. Yeah, man, the practices were tough. We're a coaching staff that's going to hold these players accountable, right? I mean, if they make mistakes on the field, we want them to know, so that not only are they, improving in that aspect, but they're learning from it as well, so that they don't make those mistakes. There wasn't a whole lot. I mean, there was a few, but that happens in every game. You're always learning each and every game, and so not only as players but as coaching staff as well. There was some play calling that I think we should have done differently, and we took all of that information, took it back to the lab, and really worked on our playbook this week. The guys were really comfortable with it. They felt great about it, and we're gonna hopefully be able to see some good results on the field this week. Yeah, I mean, kind of like I was alluding to just a minute ago. We worked really hard this weekend, and I think with the game plan that we have in place, I think we can really make some damage. Canton had a rough opening as well. Going up against the other expansion team in Minnesota, and so with they're doing the same thing. Mike Twinscrew is his first season as an SFL head coach. So we don't really have a lot of tape on him when it comes to that. So we're gonna have to try to hope we can get into the mind of Mike Twinscrew and be able to figure out exactly what he's gonna do. But Canton's really built well up and down. They got a great offense, they got some great players, and they got a great defense as well. Yeah, some good impact players. Robert Johnson being one of them, for example. He's a guy that can do some damage, in the ground game. He's a power back that can barrel through that front seven. The front seven had a really tough task this week when it comes to trying to get better on tackling and the speed and everything else. So, they worked really hard. The front seven did. The front seven worked really hard, and really on the offensive side, I mean, Brad Jones, I think did a really good job this week in practice. Colin did a really good job this week in practice. I think these guys are learning the terminology of the playbook and stuff, and then really adapting that from there. When you're looking at Canton on the defensive side of the ball, I mean, there's really a lot of players you can point out, but I think you have to eliminate that secondary, right? I mean, they're Connor Daring and Bob Funk. These guys are really good players, and if you could take away those guys and have Banfield and Roosevelt and Viper win some matchups, and I think we're going to have some good success against them. Yep. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.